Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this webinar titled ABCs of Insurance for SMEs, brought to you by Union Bank's Alpher proposition. My name is Koinsola Akimrele, and I work on the Alpher team at Union Bank. For several of us, insurance is one concept that might seem rather abstract. However, as SMEs, the importance of insurance cannot be overemphasized. Therefore, today, we have invited Alfred Tabiti, Head Bank Assurance for Allianz Nigeria, Gomez Oladende, Head Employee Benefits for Allianz Nigeria, and Adewale Akanji, Head Bank Assurance for Union Bank, to talk to us in detail about insurance and advise on what products are best for SMEs, especially in these times. I'm sure we're all eager to hear from them all today, but before I get into the session, a little bit of housekeeping. If you have any questions during the session, please click on the Q&A tab and type your questions there. We will have some minutes to respond to the questions later on in the session. So first, I'd like to invite Wale, the Head Bank Assurance at Union Bank. Over to you, Wale.
Thank you, Koinsola. My name again is Adewale Akanji, the Head of Bank Assurance, Union Bank. We'll be sharing with you basic information of insurance for business. It is important to know that the bank is a one-stop shop for banking services, insurance services, and also financial services. We have partnered with two reputable insurance companies under the bank assurance model to offer our bank customers tailored products and services. With international recognition and affiliation, they are Allianz Nigerian Insurance PLC and Cornerstone Insurance PLC. Having said that, insurance is an integral part of any business today. As we proceed, there are some terms we need to familiarize ourselves with. They are the insurer, the insured, and the premium. The insurer is also known as the insurance company. They provide insurance cover, and they also pay claim. The insured is the policy holder, which could either be the business, a business, or an individual. Also, the premium. The premium is the amount for an insurance cover. It is an amount you pay to subscribe for an insurance cover. Usually, it's a percentage of the sum insured, meaning it's a percentage of the amount you project, or we'll say the value of the risk. Okay, so quickly we'll look at what insurance is. Insurance is a form of risk management in which the policyholder transfers the cost of potential loss to another entity known as the insurer, or better still, the insurance company. It is also a means of protection against financial loss that may occur while doing business or going about the business day-to-day activities. Insurance in Nigeria is also regulated. It's regulated by NICOM, which is the National Insurance Commission. It's established to protect consumers and also policy holder. The big question is, why is insurance important in your business? Insurance in Nigeria is statutory for business. There are some insurance products or insurance cover that a business must have, okay, to carry on its activities in Nigeria today. Our facilitators from Allianz will enlighten us more on that. It also keeps your business up and running. Several times people run into a lot of loss. Take, for instance, fire, theft, or say burglary. Insurance will indemnify you. Insurance will pay you back the total amount of the loss you have suffered. So insurance is very important. Again, it's important to cover the acts of God. What are acts of God? Take, for instance, erosion, storm, and etc. Okay, things like that cannot be controlled by human. But when it happens, how will your business continue? If any of this should affect your business, how do you want to run your business? With insurance cover, you will be indemnified when you suffer any loss as a result of act of God. Again, another reason why you need insurance for your business is because you cannot predict the future. Anything can happen in the future. The future is not certain. So it covers uncertainty of the future. So insurance is very important for business and also for individuals. Again, our facilitators will discuss various risks associated with businesses in Nigeria and ways to mitigate such risk with various insurance products. They will also provide a comprehensive overview of insurance products for businesses from their own perspective, meaning from the perspective of the insurance company. And they will also enlighten us on how claims are being processed and how they are being settled promptly. Thank you. Consola, can you continue, please?
Thank you, Wale, for that. Up next are Alfred and Gomez from Allianz.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I am sure that you all can hear me loud and clear. And my name again is Alfred Abiti. I represent Allianz Nigeria Insurance PLC. I have been privileged to have been in this industry for about 13, 14 years. And I've been able to see quite a few things in terms of protection and then asset management, especially for business owners and for individuals, which gives me the backing to come to you today and share a few ideas with aspiring business owners and already made business owners in this community that we are in today. I would start by saying a few things about Allianz. Allianz is a global brand that has been in existence for over 130 years, with presence in over 70 countries of the world. Allianz today has over 140,000 employees across the world. And until recently, Allianz made an incursion into the Nigerian market. So we now have what we call Allianz Nigeria. I will take you to the next slide where I will share a bit in terms of where we stand as Allianz Nigeria. We have had a very robust relationship with Union Bank, dating back several years, where we started off as Union Assurance. From Union Assurance, we had some new owners called Green Oaks Global Holdings come into Nigeria, who are Union Assurance at the time, turned it into INSURE Insurance PLC. And today, we have become a part of the biggest insurance company in the world. And today we are known as Allianz Nigeria, following our complete acquisition process in July 2018. We today, in partnership with Union Bank, have our representatives seated in Union Bank branches where we offer to you not just insurance solutions, but we also provide financial advisory services. Our head office is here on Adeola Odeku in Victoria Island in Lagos. And then we have our regional offices across what we like to call LAPH, that is Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Abuja. But straight into the business of the day, I would like to talk to you about a few things with regards to protecting our businesses. If we'll move on to the next page very quickly. In terms of volatility in market forces in Nigeria, we need no scientists to tell us that the market in Nigeria is very unstable and in fact very unpredictable. and we go to bed tonight, we never can tell what the next thing would be with regards to the Nigerian market. You will recall with me a few months ago, dollar to our naira was just a bit over 300 naira, but today is at about 500 naira. And going by what we see in terms of policies, we never can tell where we would be by December. But I sure hope that things will not get worse than it already is. The reason we go into a business is, first of all, to make profit while delivering value to our customers. But how do we make profit? How do we deliver value if truly this business that we have, we truly cannot protect, we cannot guarantee that this business will exist another day or another few months down the line? A case in point would be the recent civil unrest in Nigeria, where there was not just human casualties, but of course, loss to many businesses, not just the big businesses, you would agree with me, but some small businesses like ours may have suffered this loss. Look at the unwarranted and wanton destruction of shops and looting just on Eric Moore in Surulere. It is to say that however the size of our business, there's a need for us to put something in place to make sure that there's continuity in that business. A significant aspect of business continuity plan, to a large extent, would mean that we must have some sort of insurance in place that would provide some level of compensation or asset replacement or even profit guarantee in the event of damage, theft, burglary, or even death of some or the owners of these businesses. There are several levels of insurance policies that we can take to protect our business. But key for us as business owners will be the following that I'll show you in the next slide. Now, this is not to say that the policies that we need to take as business owners would be limited to these three that I'm going to mention here. But in the light of the current realities in Nigeria, I think that these are the very basic. And I'll start with what I have labeled life. Life here is something that as business owners we need, not just because of our business, but again, because of the people who are dependent on us. Many of us are, who has families of our own. Many of us are aspiring to do so. In fact, many of us have other dependents that are beyond our immediate family circle. And to show some love to these people is why, as an individual, we first of all need to put in place a life insurance policy. And because we also own businesses, statutorily, it is important that any business with more than 3 staff should have a policy in place called group life. This policy provides for a lump sum benefit to the beneficiaries of these individuals in the event of death. And not only death, because many will wonder why insurance people always talk about death before benefit. But again, upon diagnosis of some sort of critical illness, these policies pay another lump sum to this individual to cater for medical expenses. Again, where there's permanent disability or some sort of injury, be it temporary or permanent as the case may be, these policies would also pay some benefit to this person or to the named beneficiary. And again, in the event of death, which is an inevitability, even though we hate to talk about it, there's also the funeral expense benefit. But then to our asset protection itself, the very basic that we need is what we call the fire and burglary insurance, wherein it is expected that this policy be taken not only on your business premises, but this can also be taken on your residential premises as well. This will cover not only the building or the office complex as the case may be, but by extension, every content of such building. So if this policy is taken on your business premises, this is to say that all your furniture, fittings, every tool that you use for your business is covered. So like the recent civil unrest, which I'd like to make reference to because it's the most recent in terms of current realities for us, is the fact that where there's a looting and we have a fire and burglary insurance in place, it covers. And this is not just to say that looting as a result of riots or civil commotion. It covers theft. So somebody coming into your business premises, stealing your computer system or any asset for that matter, Fire and burglary insurance covers that. It then goes beyond just theft, it goes beyond just burglary. But by extension, I think Wale mentioned in his opening remarks about flood. This is also substantially covered under this policy. And then I will move to the final one, which I would like to talk about, which is the motor insurance. Motor insurance is the most basic of insurance policies that people take. And in this slide, I have decided to use that road safety truck as an example of an accident occurrence. So no matter how careful you think you are, no matter how careful or few travel time you undertake, and you say to yourself that, oh, my cars are parked in the house, I only drive on Ikoyi roads. Accidents do happen. We have seen the case of arson during this civil unrest. So we cannot rule out the possibility of this happening at any point in time. Then this brings me to a point where I would like to ask, even though I will not get your response here, but your response would be to yourself wherever you are seated right now, is to say that for this peace of mind that insurance offers, how much are you willing to pay to enjoy this service? Mostly, if we go to the next slide, mostly insurance premium is always a fraction of the sum insured. Sum insured here means the value that you place on the asset that you so desire to insure. So, for example, I have a business wherein the stock in trade is over 20 million. And somebody, or maybe let's just say 20 million for arithmetic's sake. And then somebody is asking me to bring less than 0.5% of that value, meaning that in the event of any occurrence, the tune of 20 million naira, of course, except where there are other conditions, will be paid back for you to just pay a fraction of that premium. For example, again, if you have a car that is worth just 1 million naira, for example, and I ask that you pay me 2.3% of that for motor insurance, that is just 23,000 naira for a liability of 1 million. Just 23,000 naira. And we're also saying that insurance these days do not only pay claims as and when due. We always try to ensure that claims are duly settled without you having to speak so much English like the days of old before these things are done. More importantly, there's the digitalization of all of these processes, which means you can sit in the comfort of your home and you can just, send an email or fill a form online and just send to us to sort out your claims, take pictures and all of that. Those are the things that basically are required for insurance in days like this. And then I'll bring it home to Allianz. In the first 6 months of 2020, even before the advent of the EndSARS movement and then the subsequent lootings and arson and all of that followed, we have paid billions in claims. In fact, about 4 billion in claims. How much more after this EndSARS? But that is the reason that we're in business. So for most insurance companies, it's a tough year 2020, but again, it provides an opportunity for people to truly see that insurance companies settle claims and also provides a reassurance for you as the buying public to understand that these claims can be paid. Therefore, why continue to wait before you would buy this insurance? I'll move to the next page on this presentation, which largely talks about the documentation required. So for you to buy an insurance policy now, you can either fill the forms online or walk into any Union Bank branch where you would be assisted by our financial advisors seated in those branches. All it takes is a proposal form, which you can also fill online, and then the valuation of such properties, and in the case of motor, the vehicle particulars, so to say. I have put here an hypothetical rate in terms of what this entails. So I have a business premises at 0.2% of the value. You will be getting a cover that protects in the event of flood, burst pipes, collapse, fire, strike, riots, civil commotion for just 0.2%. And then the items of that building, like I mentioned before, at a mere 0.6%. So all of your items, both movable and non-movable, can be put into this. So for example, I have a home insurance, and in my home insurance, nobody's going to carry my refrigerator, but it is listed amongst my assets in the home, which means, God forbid, like we always say, there's a fire. I need not worry about anything. All I have to do is gladly fill the form and send to my insurance relationship manager through the bank. And I get the money to buy another one for a replacement. And that's what it takes. For life, we're putting here because you can truly not put a value on an individual life. But it's a function of how much you think that would maintain the lifestyle of your family members. God forbid anything happens. So based on that agreement, we will decide on what rate. But I can assure you it's always less than 1% of the rate. Insurance policies naturally are on annual basis, so 12 months for an insurance policy cycle. But at Allianz, given the partnership that we have with Union Bank, we have also decided to go with flexibility in premium payment, of course, in recognition of the times that we are in, where we may not be able to cough out the entire insurance sum at once because of other competing needs. Therefore, we can come to the table and have some discussion around flexibility. Now, if you pay your premium in part, you already have 100% in terms of coverage. So installment does not in any way affect the value or quality of insurance, because the agreement is that you would, of course, pay me the balance at an agreed time. So that's how it works. And finally, I would leave room for us to take questions, for us to take contributions to this. So much so that if there are issues that I may not have mentioned or that requires further clarification, we can take that very quickly. And finally, in this presentation, may I again remind us all that the success of our business is not entirely dependent on the customers that come to our business to transact, but customers will only come if we truly have a business in the first place. So protecting our businesses must be very key to our strategy. Therefore, insurance I present to you today as a key component of preserving that your business, to ensure that you remain in business for a long time, and to also guarantee that in the event of any loss, there's a support system that will reimburse you for such losses, and that is always there to support, provided, of course, your premiums are in. Thank you very much again. My name is Alpher, and I'm available for questions, contributions, as you deem fit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alfred and Wale, for that nice introduction to insurance for SMEs. So we have a couple of questions, but before we get into that, as you all know, today's session is brought to you by Alpher, by Union Bank, and I'm just going to talk, I am on the Alpher team, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about what Alpher can do for you and essentially what it means to be an Alpher customer. So our main mandate is to enable success and empower women across all segments of the Nigerian society. We base our proposition on 6 pillars, being savings and investments, personal and professional development, discounted health plans that are available for you and your family, access to finance via discounted loans from Union Bank, mentorship and coaching opportunities, and business and lifestyle discounts. Now, the Alpha Hub is the main, is the central point of being an Alpha customer. When you go on the hub, you're able to access all the amazing benefits of being an Alpha woman. You being a woman and being a customer of Union Bank, you are automatically Alpha and you're automatically eligible for all of these benefits for free. You do not need to pay anything extra. Once you have an account with Union Bank, all these benefits are available to you for free, which I think is pretty amazing. So if you want to be part of the Alpha community and experience more of these webinars, have access to lifestyle discounts, we have a lot of partners like Oriki. I mean, December is coming up, so it'll be nice to have like a relaxing massage and whatnot. Just head over to alphawoman.com and sign up. It is all free. You literally don't need to pay anything. We're giving back to the female community because we think that you deserve it. So I have a couple of questions that I'm going to go into for our amazing speakers to answer. Okay, so the first question is, what does it mean when people say my insurance premium is going up?
That my insurance premium is going up. Okay, so
Yes.
I'll take this in two ways, basically. If you have a life insurance policy, for example, it is today, because life insurance is a function of your age and, of course, the sum assured. So the quote that you get today will definitely be different if you come next year because your age would have changed. And so the expected premium for that life insurance policy would necessarily go up. That is for life. Again, for non-life related insurance policies, in some cases, insurance companies may decide to look at your claims profile. Say, for example, I have a motor policy, and within the 12-month cycle of that policy, I have presented to the insurance company, or I present to the insurance company, maybe claims on 6 different occasions. Of course, the insurance companies will continue to settle until the end of that insurance cycle. But by the following year, given that claims ratio, insurance companies may then decide to review and adjust your expected premium upwards slightly. So I suppose that's what it meant. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. And then another question, does the ever-changing taxes and business laws in Nigeria affect the insurance package a business has acquired?
Okay, again, had a bit to struggle with the mic there. Okay, so the thing is this, when it comes to taxes and insurance, um, insurance provides some level for tax rebate. So if you own any life policy, yes, you have access. You can truly approach your tax authority and you will get some level of rebate. But again, when it comes to pricing for insurance, the rates are somewhat fixed. The rates are somewhat fixed. And then in terms of how it affects that tax, I really didn't get that question completely. But I suppose that if you have a life insurance policy, any life insurance policy for that matter, you are entitled to tax rebate.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, we have a few more questions. What insurance would be necessary for small shop owners, for example? So I'm a new business owner and I have a small store, and maybe, I don't know, does it all depend on how much my inventory costs?
Okay.
Is there a package that's small enough that wouldn't eat into my huge profits? My small profits, rather.
Okay, well, you can have a small business and still have huge profits. It's possible. Okay, so the truth of the matter is this. The truth of the matter is this. It doesn't matter the size of your business. Every business needs protection. And it's got absolutely nothing to do with your inventory. The effect of your inventory only applies on the premium to be paid. So for example, if the size of my inventory is just 100,000 naira, you may most likely be charged the same rate with somebody whose inventory is 100 million. So at 100,000, let's say, for example, the premium charge is 1%. So that's just what you are going to pay. So it's not a function of how small. Again, the events in the recent past have shown us very clearly that it doesn't matter the size of your business. When it comes to civil commotion, we're all vulnerable. We saw the shops that were looted on Eric Moore Street in Surulere, for example. Some were so little that all they sold were carbonated drinks, so tiny. But the amount of loss would be the same to the person who owns a shop in an ultra-modern shopping mall somewhere, because everything is a function of your own financial capacity. So again, it doesn't matter the inventory, it doesn't matter the size of the business. Every business entity requires an insurance policy. Thank you.
Thank you. And then do you provide premium refund/rebate in cases where there are no events in a year? So I paid for insurance for the whole year, but nothing has happened.
Okay. That's a very good question. And that's the sort of question we get every time we try to offer this solution. So the thing is this. If an insurance because the asset is no longer yours, at that point, we can prorate the time on risk, the number of months you have spent, and do a refund of the period that is left. That is one. Two, for our home insurance and motor insurance, for example, if you run the policy for 2 years, that's 24 months without any claim, with premiums paid over that 2-year period. More interesting, in fact, because the vehicle owner that comes to us at Allianz, in fact, we give 15% discount to every female vehicle owner. This is based on some facts and our belief that women are a lot more careful in their day-to-day activities and therefore must be rewarded for this. So 15% at the start of any motor policy for all female vehicle owners. But again, after 24 months of no claims, we also would pay back 15% for all of those policy holders. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, I think it does. Thank you for that. And then just a couple more. In a case of transfer of ownership of a business, does the insurance transfer as well automatically, or is there a process to have that done?
Okay, there's definitely a process. Insurance, first of all, is assumed not to be transferable. But where a business is transferred, the process would then be that there must be some level of notification to the insurance company so that we can change the details of the initial policy holder on our system to reflect that of the new person, and of course, reappraise the situation if there's been any changes. Remember that for these policies to be undertaken in the first place, it's always on a case-by-case basis, meaning that the risk appraisal would have been done for the initial business owner. So if I'm passing the business to Wale, for example, Wale would notify Allianz, or I would notify Allianz that I'm no longer the business owner. It is now Wale. So Wale's details would then be used to replace mine if there's a need for some level of additional premium or even reduction in premium, all of that would have to be factored in. So I would say that it is not automatic because details must also be exchanged with the insurance company.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Alfred and Wole, for that, and Gomez. Thank you for joining us today. You answered the questions perfectly. I think we all have a much more clear understanding of insurance, the importance of insurance, and what products specifically are needed for your business, whether small or large. It's always important to protect ourselves.
Absolutely.
So thank you everyone for joining this session. It was extremely insightful. I know insurance is something that's quite confusing. I personally don't know a lot about it, but this session has definitely broken it down for me. And if I ever open my own business, I would be sure to head over to Allianz first thing and get an insurance package. So thank you everyone and have a good day. Goodbye.